Jennifer, this is just amazing. If you sent me a text in Spanish or several other languages, my phone would recognize that and say, hey, do you want us to translate that into English or whatever your preferred language is? And it's all on the fly. It's literally like being in the future where someone is talking to you in a different language and it comes through as your native language.
Okay,
or the language you speak.
That is cool. That feature right there would be fantastic.
Okay, finally, let me talk price. $600 for the standard Pixel, which is a fantastic deal. $900 for the Pixel Pro, which has a zoom lens. But overall, I'm not saying you got to switch from the iPhone to get these Pixels, but if you're an Android user or you're curious about Android, these are the two best Android phones on the market, Pixel 6, Pixel 6 Pro.
Do you have time to squeeze in this new LG TV?
Yes, we have to, because this is so weird. It's called the Stand By Me. This is a wireless television that's on wheels, and at first I thought this was totally just like outrageous, but the more I read about it, the more I'm like, okay, I get it. It's for the work-from-home Zoom world we live in. So this is a wireless TV with a built-in battery. It's also on a movable stand with wheels. You can adjust the height. You can also watch in portrait or landscape. So, you know, if you want to watch Instagram TV version. And you can just move it around the house. And it's wireless. And it lasts for 3 hours before it needs a recharge. And there's even a little place to put your phone on the top. So if you want to do a Zoom, you can do that. You know, just like a little cradle. So I thought this was totally wild, but now that I think about it, I'm like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. You know, hey kids, go in the bedroom. You can watch TV in there, but you don't want to have a TV in there. You know.
That I love this, especially because so much of our lives in SoCal is outside. You could roll that thing outside, watch a little TV while you're eating dinner on the porch or whatever. This is fantastic. I'm gonna definitely check out. Do you have this one up on Rich on Tech on Instagram?
I'll put it up there, but $900, not available just yet, 27-inch TV. Jennifer, just don't leave it out yesterday during that rain. I mean, I think everything, you know, the funny thing about living in Southern California, our patios are basically like an outdoor living room where you just leave like, a radio outside, and anything, because it never rains, it's fine. And then you have a day like yesterday, and you're like, okay, I got to bring everything in that's not supposed to be outside.
And all of a sudden, your living room looks really weird in the house.
Yeah.
Rich, thanks so much. Have a great one.
You too.
All right, thanks. Again, follow him now, Rich on Tech on Instagram, and he'll have all this in his stories and fun pictures on his Instagram. I want to go there, too, and see the difference of the Pixel camera, because for me, I mean, I don't really use my smartphone other than to call people, text people, shop, and social media, right? And so the camera is big for me. And anyway, I'd love to see what that looks like. All right, when we come back, if you are up right now, and you don't have to be, there's a good chance that maybe you have trouble sleeping, or if you are up right now because you do have to be, then you work crazy shifts like we do, well, there might be some practical, surprising solutions to help you get better sleep, and we'll find out what they are in just a few minutes. Right now, we're looking at a crash on the 215.
Still ongoing for the drive. It is a record as the 3 right lanes shut down. 2 cars involved, rather 2 right lanes shut down, 3 cars involved. And that's going to be a mess for your drive on the northbound side of the 215 out of Moreno Valley from as far back as Alessandro now, and starting to see a busy drive 60 west of Moreno Valley portion from before day as you make your way toward the 215 merge. Still patchy for your drive westbound side of the 91 Riverside through Corona from as far back as La Sierra. Actually pretty solid through Corona. 91 westbound for the 15 as you make your way towards Green River, and then does get patchy ahead toward the 241 Toll Road. Still going for your drive on the westbound side of the 60 through Chino from Central into Diamond Bar as you make your way toward Chino Hills Parkway or Phillips Ranch Road, and also seeing a rough go for your drive on the 71 northbound off the 60 toward the 10 around Mission Boulevard. It's an earlier wreck being dealt with, hopefully off the right shoulder here sooner than later. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Polio-Kimi.
Wealth isn't simply about money. It's more than just the numbers in your portfolio or your bank account. Wealth is all the everyday things that money enables you to do, the goals you're after, things you want to accomplish, and the life you want to lead. So how do you get there? Starting the weekend of January 1st, listen to Everyday Wealth with Soledad O'Brien and Gene Chatsky, presented by Edelman Financial Engines. Each week, award-winning journalist Soledad O'Brien and personal finance expert Gene Chatsky will explore how our financial decisions shape our everyday lives. They'll be joined by Edelman Financial Engine's wealth planners and other guests to demystify challenges like tax-efficient investing, retirement planning, and more. They'll share knowledge and tools to manage your finances today and build wealth for tomorrow. Join the conversation. Everyday Wealth airs each weekend and will be available on major podcast platforms. For airtimes, visit everydaywealth.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. Well, partly cloudy today, but cold. That's going to be the big story. So highs right now for a lot of people are just in the 30s and 40s. By later today, woo, we're going to be balmy. Mid to upper 50s. Then by tonight, we're going to drop back into the 30s and 40s again. Then tomorrow, we've got a slight chance of rain, but should be mostly clear by tomorrow night. And then Friday, sunny and highs upper 50s, and we might make the 60s again. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Dell Technologies' end-of-year sale is the perfect time to upgrade. Save big on computers featuring Windows 11 Pro that easily automate workflows, all with free shipping. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Well, it's holiday shopping season again. Not many more shopping days to decide what I should buy myself. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Get the gift of good times. You'll find a new slot or table game around every corner at Morongo. Surprise! You've already won.
Number 4.
Gift a Day giveaway. You'll get gifts Monday through Friday till December 21st when you earn 500 coins on your rewards card.
3.
Christmas Day dining deals. From Cielo to Good Times Cafe, we've got deals from the clouds to the casino floor.
And the number 2.
Christmas Day freebie. Get a fancy Christmas brooch Christmas Day.
And the number 1 reason.
12 days of Fabio. 60 winners in 12 days will win one of Fabio's kitchen essentials. Go to MorongoCasinoResort.com to register today.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
For me, the best part of the holidays are bringing family and friends together for all the celebrations, and you get to reconnect. And this holiday season, you can improve your family's everyday wellness with one simple change. Give the gift of quality water for all to enjoy. It's from a LifeSource Whole House water system, which provides filtered, delicious water from every faucet and shower in your home, and it connects directly to the plumbing. And with LifeSource, you can just get the cost and hassle of buying bottled water. And is hard water a nuisance? Well, you can reduce your hard water problems and scale buildup with America's most recommended water system. A LifeSource water system filters out chlorine and all the added chemicals from your water, so you know your family's drinking and cooking and bathing worry-free. And the best part? No maintenance of any kind. LifeSource water systems make quality water easy because you have no filters to change or salt to add. They install it, you get to enjoy it. And for a limited time, LifeSource Water will pay your sales tax. This promotion won't last long, so don't wait. Call to speak with their expert service team. With LifeSource Water, you get factory direct service and expertise. Call LifeSource today for full service and full confidence in your water. Call them at 1-800-334-5009. That's 800-334-5009. Or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
Accident, moving to the call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Live and local.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. Welcome to a Wednesday. I'm glad you're here. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. It is cold outside, and a lot of us had a lot of ice on our windshields this morning, so just a heads up, if you live in an area where it might have dropped into the 30s and you haven't really located your, defroster on your car recently, it's going to be a little challenge for you early this morning, like it was for me. Some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Cops have started an investigation of a possible hate crime after an anti-Semitic letter and vial containing an unknown substance were found at a West LA synagogue. LA County Sheriff Villanueva says he's down over 1,200 positions in his department. Villanueva says budget cuts are impacting coverage and recruitment. The entire 6th grade class of a school in Yorba Linda has been quarantined. School officials say they made the decision after they identified hundreds of close contacts to dozens of cases, and federal health officials say they are concerned about the quickly spreading Omicron COVID-19 variant. The fear is the Omicron variant could surpass Delta to become the dominant variant. All right, right now, do you suffer from insomnia? Do you snore? Admit it. If you work crazy shifts like we do, then and you are listening right now, there's a good chance you answered yes to one of those two questions. If that is the case, are there practical solutions to help us get better sleep? Apparently the solutions are out there. So let's find out about the sleep fix now with ABC News anchor Diane Macedo. Diane, good morning. Thanks for joining me.
Jennifer, thanks so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, so I am one of these people. I have a horrible time getting to sleep at night, then I just get a couple hours and boom, I gotta go to work. How do we fix our sleep?
Oh gosh, I was you, so I'm sorry you're dealing with that. You know, I think the key to this is really figuring out what it is that's keeping you awake. So you can start off on the right path, because I was one of those people that would read those, top 10 sleep tips to get you to sleep in 5 minutes articles. And I would try them all, and none of them worked for me. And all of that work doing all those things made me so frustrated. And what I now know is part of that frustration and worry about my sleep was a large part of what was keeping me awake. So I think step one is to figure out what it is that's keeping you awake. And that's where we start chapter 1 of the book. But let's hypothetically talk about your situation. If you're the kind of person who can sleep fine on weekends or on vacation when you can do it on your schedule, but you have trouble during the week, that's usually an indication that it's your circadian rhythm. You're trying to sleep when your body wants to be awake, and you're trying to be awake when your body wants to be asleep. Just like jet lag, only we do it every single day. So I think the best tip for that, and there are a number in the book, but one quick one is if your problem is that you have a hard time waking up and a hard time falling asleep early enough, put a bright light lamp in your bathroom. You can buy them for really inexpensive. It's like a Kindle, but it just shines bright light. And just having that on in your bathroom when you're getting ready in the morning can work wonders in telling your brain it's morning, it's time to wake up, which helps you get wake signals at the right time, and then also helps you get sleep signals at the right time so you can fall asleep at a decent hour to get enough sleep before you have to wake up again.
All right, well, before you give a next tip, let me run on to Amazon and put that in my cart, because I will try that right now. All right, what other tips are in the book, Sleep Fix?
Well, you talk about snoring, and I think people often think of snoring as only a problem for the partner of the person who's doing the snoring, but snoring can actually be disruptive for the person who is doing the snoring themselves, even if they don't have sleep apnea. So one, if you snore, you should absolutely get scanned for sleep apnea. Go for a sleep study. You can even do them at home. Super simple. They can ship them to you in the mail, and it's really that easy. And it's so crucial because sleep apnea can be so dangerous, and if you have it, you probably have no idea that you have it. So that's one, is get screened for sleep apnea. But also, when it comes to solutions, a mouth guard can be really helpful. They have specific ones for snoring. Trying nose strips, because if you open up the nose, that often alleviates the need to open the mouth to breathe. And when we open our mouth to breathe, our jaw drops, and that often closes off the airway, which leads to sleep apnea. And even just a sleep position can help. If you find, and your partner will be the one to normally tell you this, if you find that you snore less or you don't snore when you sleep on your side, you only snore when you sleep on your back, it sounds so silly, but something like throwing a tennis ball to the back of your sleep shirt can keep you in that side position, because a lot of us think we sleep on our side, when then we actually throughout the night spend most of the time on our back anyway. So the book, again, has a long list of tips, but those are just a few quick takeaways. And finally, not all of us can rely on our partner to identify these problems. So there is an app called Snore Lab, which I like, to record the audio of your sleep, so you can hear for yourself. Okay, I did this today. Let's see how that was going. And you can actually listen to it yourself to compare what's working for you and what isn't.
I love that too, because a lot of people, let's be honest, sometimes even married couples aren't sleeping at the same time because of their shifts. So that would be a great way to monitor your sleep. Also, if you're single and you don't have anybody there who could tell you, hey, you're snoring or whatever, you really tossed and turned last night, that app sounds like a great way to monitor what you're doing during the night.
Exactly. We don't always have someone who can tell us in the morning, you snored a lot, or you should have stopped it, you're not breathing the whole time you're sleeping, and things like that. So this is a way where you can take some agency in that and see for yourself.
I know a lot of people who suffer from insomnia are fearful of, that their stress starts before they even go into the bedroom to go to sleep. Because they're thinking to themselves, oh my gosh, I need to sleep. That starts to gear them up. They know that they have trouble sleeping, and then they really don't sleep. So what do you do if you suffer from insomnia?
That was me, and it's a horrible cycle. We have to learn in that situation, Our brain has learned that bed is where we stay awake and worry, and we need to separate that back out again so our brain gets the memo that, oh no, bed is where we sleep. And so my favorite exercise for this is something called Constructive Worry, or I just call it a worry list or a brain dump. Take a notebook, divide the page down the center. On the left-hand side, you jot down any worry, anything that's on your mind. On the right-hand side, just the very next step to resolving that issue. It can even be as simple as call a friend to ask about that thing. And if you have no resolution, if it's something hypothetical, accept and move on. Write that down. And what this does is it helps to give your brain an opportunity to do that thinking and worrying before you get into bed, so that when you get in bed, it doesn't have to start doing that. And if you do this exercise enough, your brain gets the memo that this is where we stay awake and worry, not when my head hits the pillow. And, you know, of course, there are other things that you can do, and also, you know, a few tricks to kind of boost your sleep drive to help along with that process. But that's sort of like the quickest one I can give you that is very effective.
I've never heard of that one before, and yet immediately I'm like, wow, you are visualizing your problems, you're visualizing the resolution, you leave it, literally leave it on the page, close the book, like close that chapter for the day, next chapter is the sleep chapter. There is so much behind that, I love it.
It's a great tip, and I was very skeptical because at that point that I tried it, Ambien wasn't helping me sleep anymore. So I really found a hard time believing this notebook exercise was going to, but it really worked so well for me. And for most people, you start to kind of do it automatically after like 2 to 3 weeks. So then you don't even have to write in the notebook every day. Your brain just kind of gets the memo.
And I'm glad you mentioned the Ambien portion of it, because I know for a lot of us, we've gone to our doctors and said, I don't know what to do. I don't want to necessarily go on Ambien. I don't necessarily want to take a sleeping pill because it'll make me so foggy the next morning when I try and wake up, knowing I'm only going to get a few hours of sleep, that kind of thing, in these crazy shifts. So I'm glad that there are alternatives, because I think for a lot of us, the first one is, give me a pill. Is that going to help?
Exactly, and unfortunately, you know, doctors who are not sleep specialists are not well trained in sleep. Because your average four-year medical school, the latest survey shows they spend 2 hours on sleep, and most of that is covering sleep apnea. So I feel very strongly about this. If you are regularly taking any substance to try to help your sleep on a regular basis, you should be doing so under the guidance of a sleep specialist, because most of us are taking sleeping pills unnecessarily.
All right, Diane, thank you so much for all of these. So in addition to my Bright Light and my Amazon cart, the Sleep Fix book will also be in there, because this is definitely one I need to read.
I think it will genuinely help you. Thanks so much for having me on, Jennifer.
Oh my gosh, thank you for putting this book together. This is fantastic. I appreciate it, Diane.
Sweet dreams, everybody.
Thanks. That's ABC News anchor Diane Macedo, and the new book is The Sleep Fix. I'd never heard that one about writing everything down. But what a great, easy thing to... I'm trying that tonight. I'm not joking. I sleep like... Oh, I'm trying to come up with a word that's not a 4-letter word. Crap. Crap is a good 4-letter word. There you go. I have worked this shift, essentially. My first shift in radio was overnight. And then, literally every time I go for a job interview when I was young, they'd go, oh, you have so much energy. Mornings would be great for you. And I'm thinking to myself, no, they wouldn't. No. Night owl, hello. And what do I always get? Morning gigs. You know, 30 years later, what are you going to do? Can't really change it now. But the sleep thing has always been an issue. How many people have asked you, oh, you work those crazy hours. Do you ever get used to it? No, you don't ever get used to it. And I know that, you know, I was actually asking Handle this one day, you know, how do you deal with the shift? And, you know, because he's been doing the shift basically as long as I have too. And he talks about how he gets up on the weekends, he'll sleep in to like 6 or 6:30. Ooh, that's sleeping in for us. Oh, what lives we lead. But, you know, hey, so the Sleep Fix. We'll check it out, right? When we come back, I want to tell you about the Grove. And it's got a bit of prickly new landscaping, you could say. I'll tell you why. Many people are skipping their prescription meds lately, and I swear this is a Christmas miracle. I did not see this one coming. Everything that we talked about when it came to holiday packages looked like doom and gloom for this holiday season, right? But Maybe not. Maybe a true Christmas miracle has happened already. Those stories coming up in your Biz Bites in just a few minutes. Right now, we're looking at your drive on the 71.
As you make your way northbound through the Pomona area, still dealing with a wreck around Mission Boulevard. Looks like it will be off to the right lane here, shoulder than, what am I saying? Off to the right shoulder here sooner than later. Thank you. Wow. Two cars involved, and it was in the left lane. Still seeing a rough ride for your drive on the northbound side of the 71, heading toward Mission Boulevard. Also affecting your drive westbound 60 as you're coming out of the Chino and Ontario areas. From as far back as almost Euclid, definitely from before Mountain. You'll see those delays continuing ahead. Unrelated into Diamond Bar as you make your way toward the 57. 57 southbound, still going for you as well. Getting out of the Pomona area from Temple as you make your way toward the 60. And also still seeing a rough ride for you on the 215 north in the Riverside area. It's a three-car smash. There's a two-right lane shut down, along with the Blaine Street off-ramp from the 215 north being off limits. Moreno Valley drive is going to be a rough one for you from as far back as Alessandro. Same story for the 60 westbound from before day towards the 215 merge. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Paleokini.
This report is sponsored by ChooseChangeCA.org. Our lives are filled with choices. What's not a choice? Addiction to opioids. But even with opioid use disorder, you still have a choice. Choose treatment and choose Change California. Find medically proven treatment options at ChooseChangeCA.org.
COVID-19 issues forced the Lakers to cancel practice. Taylor Horton Tucker tested positive for the virus. Dwight Howard and Malik Monk also entered protocols. The Rams are dealing with a COVID-19 outbreak of their own. Odell Beckham Jr. is among 9 players on the COVID-19 list. And Steph Curry is officially the greatest shooter of all time. The Warrior superstar surpassed Hall of Famer Ray Allen as the all-time leader in three-pointers. I'm Misty Jordan.
Daring, safe, stylish, sporty. The 2021 sedan family checks everything except inside the box. Check out the one-of-a-kind vehicles at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer or learn more at mbusa.com.
Gary, you love your SolarMax technology panels so much you gave them names.
Well, I don't like to brag, but you did get the honor of sharing a name with one of my solar panels.
Oh.
You lucky. Listen, since I switched to SolarMax technology, I can keep the lights on as much as I want, run all the appliances, have all the computers, the cell phones charged, because with SolarMax, my electricity has been practically free.
SolarMax is local right here in Southern California. They have the best products and the best service going.
Right. SolarMax does everything themselves here in Southern California. Exceptional quality control is the result of that. And there's no middleman. You're going to save with even no upfront cost also. They have the newest and most innovative Tesla products like the Tesla 420 solar panels and the Tesla Powerwalls.
Right now, pay $0 down for that Tesla package and $79.96 per month with a 1.99% APR.
Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. Say the keyword SolarMax, pound 250, keyword SolarMax by December 31st for this great offer. Monthly payment available on approved credit CSLB number 972040.
If you have a small business, you know having efficient equipment is essential. SoCal Gas is here to help with small business rebates on qualifying energy-saving natural gas equipment. Save up to $1,000 on tankless hot water heaters, commercial fryers, and more. They're committed to helping you meet and exceed the challenges of being a small business owner. Not only will your small business save by using these rebates, but having energy-efficient equipment could stack up savings for years to come. See how they can help by visiting SoCalGas.com/business rebates.
Cancer. So many lives are touched by cancer. In fact, 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will be diagnosed with cancer. At the American Cancer Society, we're on a mission to free the world from cancer. It's a big mission, driven by little things, like a ride to treatment, a free place to stay, a 24/7 helpline. But these little things are really the big things, because to a cancer patient and their family, they're everything. And every day, we reach thousands of cancer patients who so desperately need these services. But we need your help to get these critical services to more people and families in need this holiday season. Go to cancer.org and join the fight against cancer. It takes just minutes to donate and help provide essential support to cancer patients and their families. Don't wait. More than 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with cancer. Go to cancer.org right now and make a difference. Go to cancer.org.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you.
Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Savings based on 2-line comparison of unlimited plans among major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Conway here talking about L.A. drinking water. They found arsenic levels 430 times what's considered safe. And San Diego's just as bad. Newport Beach, I hope you like drinking halocytic acid, because your drinking water has 254 times the safe amount. We all know tap water is awful. And you're drinking, showering, and bathing your kids in water with cancer-causing chemicals. I know we joke around on the air, but that's really serious. Do what I did, call Purigan Water. They've been in business for over 35 years. Purigan turns tap water into pure, delicious water, and it comes with a free 6-stage alkaline drink system. I know, holidays are here, money's tight, I get it. But if you call Purigan right now, they're going to install both systems with no money down and no payments for 3 months. Plus, lifetime service at no charge. Don't wait, unless you're trying to get rid of your in-laws. Otherwise, call Purigan, 844-80-WATER, 844-80-WATER, or PUR, again, water.com. That's PuriganWater.com.
The holidays are here. If you or someone you know needs help, the SoCal Honda dealers want to hear your story. Submit a text or voice message to KFIAM640.com, and the helpful Honda guys and gals in blue may bring you some holiday cheer.
Celebrate your favorite podcast at our iHeartRadio Podcast Awards on January 13th, including My Favorite Murder, winner of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award, celebrating the voices that are taking risks, challenging assumptions, expanding the audio art form, and taking us to places we've never been.
Audible is a proud sponsor of the Audible Audio Pioneer Award. Listen to the best of what you love with Audible originals, audiobooks, podcasts, and more. True crime, sci-fi, memoirs, and wellness. Audible's got something for every mood. Try it for free when you sign up at audible.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded. Hey, it's Steve Gregory. This week on Unsolved, the case of Cesar Rodriguez, a 19-year-old L.A. County Sheriff's explorer, and his friend Larry Villegas. Both were shot and killed in 2011 at a party near Whittier. Were they killed because of Rodriguez's affiliation with the Sheriff's Department, or was it mistaken identity? We'll talk with the lead detective on the case of the murdered explorer.
Unsolved with Steve Gregory. This Saturday night at 8 on KFI.
Is there anything Reba McEntire can't do? I mean, she even rocks a Christmas song. I love her. KFI AM 640 Lab everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom as of today. Face masks are again required in all indoor public spaces in California, even if you've been vaccinated. State health officials reinstated the mask mandate because of the rising cases of COVID-19. This statewide mandate will be in place until at least January 15th. Mandatory evacuation orders have been lifted in Orange County for a burn area where the rain caused some serious flooding. 3 people have been hurt in a shooting at Del Amo Mall in Torrance. And O.J. Simpson, he's free. He's off parole in Nevada. His lawyer says Simpson was granted good behavior credits and discharged from parole this month. He was convicted of armed robbery in Vegas in 2008 and served 9 years in prison. He was acquitted in L.A. of the 1994 killings of his ex-wife Nicole and her friend Ron Goldman. Let's take a look at your Biz Bites now, brought to you by SoCal Gas. For more information, visit SoCalGas.com/business rebates. I just got the retail numbers in, and it looks like retail sales are up 0.3% in November going into the holiday season. And this must mean we don't care about the rising prices. We knew that things were going to be up. We knew that prices were going to be higher because of supply chain issues and a supply and demand kind of thing. But apparently we didn't care. So 0.3% for retail sales. If you're shopping at the Grove, you're going to notice some new landscaping, you might call it. The Grove has added a high coil fence that kind of looks like barbed wire at the property's entrances and exits. They call it tangled tape. It's that coil barbed wire fencing. And they say that they hope that this will deter the smash and grab robberies that have happened Now, the shopping center also has heightened its security presence. It's got additional personnel, including off-duty officers, but they say the fencing is a more novel addition to the options that people can choose to protect their stores. Plus, I mean, it's a visual deterrent. So they might have a lot more officers there, and some of them might be plainclothes, that kind of thing. But you see that barbed wire, you know it's going to be a little bit tougher for you to get out of the place. Apple is reinstating its mask mandate in all of its stores because of the recent spike in COVID-19. And the Apple requirement of the mask applies to both Apple employees and to customers. So this is nationwide if you go into an Apple store. Google has told its employees they will lose pay and eventually be fired if they don't comply with the company's COVID-19 vaccine policy. There was a memo that went out, and it said that for employees who haven't complied with the vaccination rule by January 18th, they'll be put on paid administrative leave for 30 days, and after that, you'll be put on unpaid personal leave for up to 6 months, followed by your termination. Looks like before the pandemic, people were already skipping their prescription medication, and that's even gone up since the pandemic started. Nearly 13 million Americans skipped or delayed their prescribed medicine in the year before the pandemic because of high costs. The Urban Institute has said policies to reduce drug prices and limit out-of-pocket spending could increase access to needed prescriptions for adults. And it looks like for most Medicare beneficiaries, the unmet prescription drug needs were highest among women, people with low incomes, and people with multiple chronic health conditions. And you've got to be kidding me. Never the doom and gloom. Nobody's going to get their Christmas package on time because things are going to be crazy and there's not going to be enough shipping outlets out there, and you better get them on time. Deliveries of UPS, FedEx, and U.S. Postal Mail are all moving at close to 100% on-time performance, according to data from ShipMatrix. And they say there are a few things that have added to the shipping success, I guess you could say. Carriers added capacity. More consumers bought in stores this year compared to last year, having the shipments going to the stores rather than to the homes help. And third, they say people got a lot of exposure to the supply chain challenges early. So many didn't want to risk a delay, so they ordered or shopped early. In fact, 91% of consumers said they plan to complete all of their holiday shopping a week before Christmas. That's up 10% compared to last year. Basically, we and the shippers all got our stuffing together, and it looks like this is going to make it for a success. This is KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles. Nick, what's up on the 110?
It's a busy drive for you. Nothing in lanes. It was something in lanes for you driving the northbound side of the 110, and not too far from Gage. Everything appears to be off to the right shoulder of the freeway, but you're still seeing a rough go for the drive. 110 northbound from Manchester through South LA, going to be rough for the ride and stretches towards the 10. Now, the good news is further northbound on the 110, for the time being anyway, coming off the 10 to the 101. Looks like a relatively decent drive. Westbound side of the 10, Santa Monica Freeway. That'll be still going for you, leaving the 60. Really still going through downtown to the 110. Patches delays do stick around toward about Venice Boulevard as you make way through Mid-City. Northbound side of the 101 through downtown LA coming off the 5. You'll see delays continuing toward the 110 and the 5 northbound itself. Still pretty slow going out of the Norwalk and Santa Fe Springs area. From before the 605, continuing towards Blossom, a bit of relief through Commerce, and then out of Commerce in East LA, 5 northbound from before the 710, going to be busy towards the 101. KFI and the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
What if we did everything the old-fashioned way?
Hey, do you know who won the football game last night?
Good question. I'll run out and get a newspaper.
Ridiculous, right? Well, that's what happened with home selling. It's never changed. So at Open Door, we invented an entirely new way to sell your home. One where you sell directly to us, and skip the listings, showings, and other hassles of selling the traditional way. Just go to opendoor.com, enter your address, and tell us about your house. We'll take a look at all the details, plus recent sales in your neighborhood, and make you an offer in minutes. A real offer. You can close when you're ready and do everything online. Skip over the old, slow, traditional real estate process and sell your house directly to Open Door. Get your free offer at opendoor.com/myoffer. Sell your home the new-fashioned way. Open Door. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage Inc., license 0206113 in California, and Open Door Brokerage LLC in its other markets.
At Sit and Sleep, we know that people are experts at all kinds of things, except one, how to shop for the right mattress.
Right, Dad. Shopping for a mattress isn't something you do every day or even every 8 years.
That's why Sit and Sleep has mattress experts with an average of 10 years experience and bed match technology that scientifically recommends just the right mattress for you.
So for expert advice, trust your sleep to Sit and Sleep.
You know, Drew, I'm an expert at other things.
Like what?
Screaming free!
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a chilly day ahead. Temperatures are just going to be in the 50s for everybody. That's our high today, but a lot of people waking up to 30s and 40s right now. Should be just a mostly sunny day ahead, although we could see some clouds coming later this afternoon. Slight chance of showers coming in tomorrow. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This has been your wake-up call. Handle on the News starts now.
Handle on the News. Handle on the News. And now, here's Bill Handel.
Good morning. It is not a rainy Wednesday on December 15th, although, good God, is winter here. I got in the car this morning, and it was a very breezy 35 degrees. Okay, I'm about to bring out the smudge pots and smudge my house. Exactly. Look it up. Good morning, Jennifer.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, ice on the windshield. I just kind of sat in the driveway for a little bit this morning, waiting for it to defrost off.
There was actually ice.
Yeah.
Usually it's just, dew in the window.
No.
You just put the windshield wipers on. It was that ice scraping
Full on
sound.
ice. And Tyler had the same thing. Both of us just sat in our driveways this morning, waiting for it.
I didn't. I just pulled right out. And my daughter Barbara came in with me this morning. She was up and said, "Dad, can I come into work?" And she couldn't sleep, so now she's asleep on my couch. and she, what was it? Oh, she said, just turn on the defroster. And I'd forgotten where the button is for my...
Yes, I was talking about that.
We don't use it.
Exactly.
So I'm pushing every button on the dashboard, and I couldn't get to it. And Dad, here it is.
Wait, I have one more quick thing that I found out. I didn't know that my truck had a rear defroster.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fancy this morning.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that comes in handy.
And the lines start going, and then it, defrosts.
Not a clue.
Yes. Welcome to the driving world of Southern California. Wayne, good morning.
Good morning. If you feel any, movement, it's not an earthquake. It's people in Minnesota and North Dakota and Chicago rolling their eyes at you, too.
It's true.
That's true. A couple of years ago.
Ooh, they had ice on their windshield one time.
A couple of years ago. I usually take Barbara every year if we can. She's a Packers fanatic, and we do a father-daughter thing. We go to Lambeau Field. And it was snowing a couple of Decembers ago, or 3 Decembers ago. And I mean, lots of snow. Woke up in the morning, and there's the ice and the snow on the windshield. And they have those plastic scrapers. I didn't know which side you scrape on.
You trying to scrape with the handle?
No. They have a double-edged side.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I didn't know which one. Welcome to Southern California. All right, Morgan is here.
Hi.
And she is filling in for Alex, who is a little under the weather, as we all are, weather-wise. Anyway, she was stretching there. And
the very first time I wiped ice off my windshield, I used a fork.
That's good.
No,
That's
it
good
wasn't.
too.
My dad was so mad I scratched the whole windshield.
Oh, good God.
So don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. So anyway, I found her stretching. I've never seen anybody stretch here. And I go, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm stretching. I don't feel really up. I'm very tired." And I said, "Oh, yeah, it has nothing to do with you waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, is it?" Which you're not used to. And there's Tyler. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning, Bill.
All right, we're all here. That's good to hear. I think Alex is maybe she's going to go home. Come here tomorrow. She was feeling a little bit, so we'll see. By the way, that is the first time I have ever called one of our staff who is sick.
Yeah.
I've been on this show just in the morning. It's 28 and a half years. That was the first time I ever called anybody on this show to see how they were doing. You know what it is I'm falling apart. That's what it is. Clearly, I'm the one that's sick here.
You have been really nice
You
lately.
kidding? I don't want to bring up other people's things, but it's not a big secret. You didn't call Mulatto? You didn't have that heart trouble? No. I called him when Henry died.
These doctors actually break his
Yeah, well, because he called me and told me how devastated he was. So I called him back because it was a message left on my machine.
But you didn't initiate.
No. No, last night I initiated. I told you about Murata and Henry. You heard that story?
No.
So he loved this little dog. It was a little puff ball.